Sometimes in our formal education, when we have choices on which class to take, we often gravitate toward the familiar, the subjects that we feel comfortable with, the ones that we have a basis of knowledge in and are confident that we will be successful in them. Ecmp355 was not one of these classes for me. Technology has always been a great source of anxiety and frustration for me, and I had a critical view of it, stemming from my role as a parent, trying to maintain some balance in my children's lives when it came to the amount of technology they use and what they were accessing. Having said that, I had to acknowledge that as a future teacher, technology would play a role in the classroom, in both engaging my students and enhancing their learning, and also in my professional development as well. So it was time to challenge myself to expand my digital horizons. Hello, Mount Everest. The first month was a little overwhelming. I felt like I was on the bottom of a very steep learning curve. As a mature student, I felt at a huge disadvantage to my classmates who had grown up with technology as a part of their lives. While I struggled to get through the technical aspects, I found it hard to focus on the multitude of tools and resources Alex shared with us, and I often felt overloaded with information. My computer literacy needed some serious development, but I felt confused and stressed. I knew I needed help, but sometimes I wasn't even sure what questions to ask. But as time went on, I found that I was beginning to navigate my way through the digital world a little bit easier. I celebrated my small achievements like uploading and embedding pictures and creating videos, putting on hyperlinks. All these little things made me feel a little bit more empowered. And that's when my perspective started to change. As an aspiring writer, I really enjoyed blogging on the WordPress account we were asked to create. And I became an avid fan of TED Talks and TED and shared on my blog what I was learning. I commented on my classmates' blogs as well, and I tried to share my perspective as a parent and what I value in education and what I hope for my children. Outside of class, I shared what I was learning with my family and friends, and most importantly with these guys. My daughter Madeline and I explored whales on the Instagram site. And even my 12-year-old son Jacob, who often provided IT support for me, learned a few things from his mom. Amazing. I was starting to learn the value of some of the tools and resources that we were exploring, but those were kind of secondary to some of the other concepts that were emerging in class. Alec and my classmates led me to see other ways that technology was being used to share and connect, to create and express, to empower and inspire. I saw how educators were creating networks to support and learn together. And I also learned the importance of online identities and what a powerful influence they can become in our lives. I learned about the perplexities of technology, about copyright laws versus creativity and sharing, about the things it makes possible for some and impossible for others. So have I reached that summit? No. Will I ever? Probably not. But I'm on the journey, and I still have much to learn and explore. This class was by far the most challenging for me, the one that I invested the most time in, but it was also the class where I felt I had the most growth. I find now that I'm less afraid to explore the resources that are out there, and I know if I get stuck, there's places I can go for support. I'll never be the most techno-savvy teacher, but I will come to the classroom with some knowledge to share. And most importantly, I will be open to continue to build on what I know. Thanks, Alec, and thanks to all of my classmates in Ecmp355.